Hello, crypto fans, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to go over a video I've been dying to make for a long time because, look, I'm a big SHIBA supporter. I'm still holding on. I'm waiting to see when this next bull market and where it will take us. And I found this amazing article. So let's get right into it. It basically breaks down, here's how much SHIBA INU you need so you can make 1 million if SHIBA does rise at 10x and a 50x. This will help you determine what your position size needs to be, okay? And I also like this just because as we're going to do some TA at the end of the video talking about SHIB, and I really kind of want to break down what I see. And if you guys want to talk about some of the great trades we took this weekend, so even just in one day we made on that 22nd, we made 376, lost 60, made 74, so made that difference up, made 253, 325, lost 90, made that difference up with this, but I also counted this for the fees. So end of the day at a plus 800 just from simple trades, and then being able to swing trade something like SHIB, we're going to be looking at a really, really good potential, right? And we'll go over that here in a second. But I want to talk about this article, right? And I am still a bull and hopeful for SHIB. Just because we see these crypto sentiments and cycles occur consistently. It's all market cycles, but SHIB is still in the billions for market cap, even after the hypes have all died down, even after they've released all their projects. So I believe we have a huge possibility where this could be a reality for us sooner than later, right? Now, let's kind of break down some of the math, right? So a lot of people are targeting a 10x and a 50x because that's a good goal, right? And it is currently unfeasible right now due to the current market cap conditions, but it is not entirely impossible for SHIBA, and I agree with that. Notably, if SHIB does rise 10x from here, its new price will still have 3 zeros, 1137, right? And a 50x rally would put things at a lot more interesting. So this type of uptick would still be 3 zeros, but we would be half of this race. We would go down to 5, 6. And you guys, this also shows you the power of multiplication on crypto. That's why crypto, you can make so much money from such a small bag, right? And just such a big percentage gain because the money compounds, right? So let's break this down. For us to make $1 million when SHIB rallies to this 10x from its current point that we're seeing right now, we would need to hold about 8 billion SHIB. And at this market price, you would have to have about $100,000 position. There are smart ways you can do this. You can use an exchange. Like, for example, if you come to BTCC here and you do a SHIB search, what you can do is SHIB allows you to leverage it, right? So we can do up to a 50x on SHIB. So you're going to be able to multiply the position by 50x. So to get and let me show you guys how I do the math. To get a $100,000 position open on SHIB, you would only need $2,000 to open it. But there's something to know, right? So look, you can click limit, current price. We can do USD here. And now we can pick, you got to click current price one more time. Now we can do 100K. So we would only need $2,000 to open a position that's worth 100K. And if SHIB does what this article is stating, that 100K would turn into $1 million. Just remember, you will be paying the funding fees to borrow basically the $98,000 that you're opening in this leverage position. But that's why I like BTCC. It lets you have that option, and you don't need to do a 50x. You can do a 10x and only open the position with $10,000 in margin, right? That's how you can use leverage to your advantage to get early entries. Meanwhile, if SHIB rallies to the 50x, you would only need this much SHIB to make $1 million. And at the current price rate, you would only need $20,000 worth of the token, right? So you would need even less. And that's just because you're assuming that the multiple is going to be a 50x compared to the 10x here. So again, same concept. If you're like, look, I believe the 50x is a better probability, it's a better risk scenario, that means you would only need to get $20,000 in a position size. So same exact concept. If you want to do a 50x, but you only want to do a 20,000 position size, you only need $400 to open this position, which would give you a lot of leverage to go up and down. So you'd have a big window for your stop loss, because what you don't want to do is just open it on leverage and let it run, because you don't know what market sentiments could happen. We could enter a war, and this war have us drop another 10, 20, 30%, which entail would liquidate the position. Because when it comes to leverage, your ups are just as beautiful as the downs, right? And that's what sucks. So like 1% up is a good amount of money, but so is a 1% down. So just kind of keep that in mind once you're going to play it that way. Now, in regards to the article, I really love this as well. And this is them giving Shiba Inu coin price predictions, right? And again, this is a generic guess. I don't necessarily just live or die by this, but it is something nice to see other people's perspectives. And what we can see here in 2025, it's estimating that the maximum price we would do would be the same number of zeros, but we'd get to 728. And then it's assuming that the market caps keeps growing. And by 2050, we should be able to hit a maximum price of $1, which I do believe is insane, but you don't know what's going to happen from now to then. Crypto has been consistently adopted. More people are using it. More things are moving to the internet ecosystem. And as that continues, I also believe the transition would occur where they're going to start entering the crypto ecosystem, right? Like I just found a vehicle company that is basically entering crypto, which is insane to see, right? And those things that continue occurring will show you that the entire market can grow. Now, if we want to think about the TA for this, right, like what type of play would we want to do? And we want to pull out to the very big end of it. And there's a lot of lines, but just remember, if you guys follow me for trading, these lines are used as like long-term support and resistance. From where we are right now to the very top, we still need a 600 percentile gain. So it's roughly a 6x. So to get to the 10x from here, we would need 1,000% gain. So we need to get up to about here, which is doable. It is 100% doable in any sort of market. It's just going to take a while, right? And we're going to need a lot of liquidity to enter. If we want to assume that's like the first wave, it's basically telling us even from where we are right now, we still have the capability to get back to all-time highs. And if we switch it to 5.76, we're probably going to get up to here, right? Which is also a good resistance. Now, if we look at it in a grand scheme of things, where we are right now for it, we're going to then want to zoom in back to maybe the 1 hour or the 4 hour. And we can see that we're creating these two trend lines. So right now it is on a downtrend. All short positions would have been very profitable. That's why yesterday was so easy to scalp. Now, in this case, what I would want to play this as is I would want to enter here for a long, right? And actually how I would do this play, let me show you guys the exact position strategy, is I would do this and I would do my stop loss as close as I could, knowing that it's about a 10%, then I'm going to probably need to use anything under 10x leverage just so I have some extra margin wiggle room. And I can estimate that the take profit would probably be the top of this channel until we break out of it. If we do break out of it, I'm going to let the asset ride. What I will also do in this case, and this is me trading crypto, this is not long-term holding crypto, and specifically SHIB. So how I would do that would be I would take about 50% of my entry exited here and let the rest ride, specifically if it breaks down and does a retest, because that does happen a lot, specifically when an asset breaks its channel. Like look at this example here, right? It broke through it and then it retested it, and then we had a giant run for about 103%, which is great on leveraged money. Very easy position. And you can do all of this on BTCC. They are still giving us the deposit bonuses. So I would use the hell out of that to your advantage. The link is down below. You just open it. You're able to deposit whatever you'd like, and whatever you do deposit, they give you up to 10%. I think their cap is about a 10K bonus, but that is literally free money for you. So the link is below. Make sure you use that code. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still big fanatics of SHIB, click that like and subscribe button. We're going to do more TA analysis on it. It just has such a good volatility range. I mean, literally from last week to today, it's roughly down what? In the last 10 days, we're down about 20%, and 20% at even 10x leverage is roughly 200%. 20% at 50x leverage is, I think, 1,000%. Because that is 10x on your margin position in under 10 days. You can do that with many of these assets. It's the power of BTCC. It's the power of crypto. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. I'll see you guys on the next one.